Have you ever been haunted by a single thought, a person, a face, or a moment? They're not texting, not calling, but they still live in your mind, rent-free. But here's the twist. What if they're thinking about you too? What if the connection is deeper than logic? Is it love, obsession, or is it just your brain playing tricks on you? Welcome to this journey into the hidden psychology behind why someone is always on your mind, and whether Stoic wisdom can finally give you the peace you're searching for. So, stay with me, because the answer is not what you think. In fact, it might disturb you. The unseen psychological loop. Have you ever noticed something strange? The less someone reaches out to you, the more they seem to occupy your thoughts. It's like their silence becomes louder than words. Here's where psychology sneaks in with a twist. Your brain absolutely hates open loops. It's wired for resolution, for closure. When someone exits your life suddenly, whether through a breakup, ghosting, or emotional distance, your subconscious enters panic mode. It starts replaying. Memories like an old film reel, desperately trying to find clues, answers, anything that might explain why they left. Your brain essentially becomes a private investigator. Cue the dramatic inner monologue. Was it something I said? Something I didn't say? Was it that weird text I sent at 1 a.m.? Welcome to emotional CSI. Psychologists call this phenomenon the zygic effect. They discovered that people remember incomplete tasks far more than finished ones. In relationships, unfinished emotions become mental clutter. It's like leaving a tab open in your mind that never stops refreshing. The Stoic solution: clarity, through discipline. Now, let's take a step back. The Stoics, the ancient philosophers, with minds as sharp as blades, saw this coming long before modern psychology did. Marcus Aurelius said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. What does that mean for you? It means that thinking about someone constantly doesn't always reflect love or intuition. More often than not, it's just your brain trying to finish a story that doesn't want to end. And here's the million-dollar question. If you can't stop thinking about her, does that mean she's thinking about you too? Or are you just lost in your own unfinished narrative? Stick with me, because what we uncover next might flip everything you thought you knew. Energetic echo or emotional obsession. This is where science meets soul. Neuroscience tells us that every meaningful interaction, especially romantic ones, leaves a chemical imprint in your brain. When you share intimacy, laughter, inside jokes, even heartbreak, your brain encodes those moments with dopamine, the same chemical responsible for pleasure and reward. That's why a certain cologne, a place you used to visit, or a song on the radio can instantly bring her back into your mental space. It's not just nostalgia, it's neurological programming. Thanks, Spotify. I opened the app to chill, not spiral into an emotional breakdown over lo-fi beats and memories of her laughing in the passenger seat. But here's where Stoicism cuts through the fog like a blade. It asks, are you thinking about her, or are you attached to the feeling she gave you? That's a huge difference, because more often than not, you're not chasing her. You're chasing the version of you that felt whole, desired, or alive when you were around her. That version may have felt electric, powerful, like the best parts of you were unlocked in her presence. And now, you're trying to find your way back to that emotional high without realizing you've confused a chemical memory for connection. Unresolved energy and the possibility of connection. Now, let's get even more fascinating and maybe a little spooky. Some studies suggest that intense emotional focus can generate what's called energetic feedback. In simpler terms, when someone is deeply on your mind, that mental and emotional focus can sometimes be subtly felt by the other person. Yes, they might be thinking about you too. But not because of fate or destiny. It's the echo of unresolved emotion, bouncing between two unhealed hearts. So, is it a real connection? Or just mutual confusion dressed up as fate? From obsession to inner mastery, here's where we pull back the curtain. Let's stop asking, why can't I stop thinking about her? And start asking, why am I still giving her so much power over my mind? This is the moment Stoicism steps into the spotlight, not to tell you what to feel, but to teach you how to command what you feel. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, said it best. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. So here's the truth you may not want to hear. If she's constantly on your mind, it's not because she's magical. It's because your inner world lacks discipline, and your emotional boundaries are bleeding into fantasies. Let's be real for a second. You wouldn't let someone sneak into your apartment every night, dig through your fridge, and leave. So why let them live in your thoughts, rent-free? Stoic. Wisdom isn't about becoming cold or detached. It's about choosing where to place your energy. It's about recognizing that your thoughts are tools, not tyrants. The obsession you feel is not a sign of love. It's a sign of unfinished healing. And healing begins the moment you stop chasing validation in someone else's silence. Reclaiming your power, emotional independence. Let's take this deeper. Maybe you're not just obsessed with her. Maybe you're addicted into the version of yourself that she awakened. A version that felt seen, desired, wanted. And now that she's gone, you feel like a stranger to your own confidence. But what if that version of you was never hers to begin with? What if it was always yours, just waiting to be claimed again? This is the Stoic turning point. Master your mind or be mastered by it. The choice is painfully simple, but not easy. And now the question becomes, are you strong enough to take back the wheel? Or will you keep chasing ghosts? The answer you've been waiting for. Does she think about you? Here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. Is she thinking about you too? Here's the truth. Maybe, but it doesn't matter. Why? Because thinking about someone isn't love. It's not devotion. It's not presence. It's just a thought. Sometimes it's memory. Other times it's simply habit. Your brain firing on old emotional tracks. And in some cases, it's just your biology missing the chemical rush. But real love is active. It doesn't live in silence. It shows up. It commits. It creates, builds, and heals. The Stoics knew this. They taught that love isn't about longing. It's about action, rooted in values, courage, consistency, clarity. Here's the harsh but freeing truth. If she thinks about you but does nothing, you're not her present. You're her past. You're not her priority. You're a passing thought. Let that sink in. You're not Wi-Fi. You don't need to be connected to feel valuable. Reclaim your energy. Letting go peace doesn't come from knowing if she still thinks about you. It comes from asking yourself a deeper question. Why am I still thinking about her? Because the goal isn't to live in someone else's mind. It's to master your own. So stop chasing closure and silence and start building a mind. Too focused on growth. To be haunted by ghosts. If this message stirred something inside you, if you're tired of overthinking, waiting, and wondering, then maybe it's time to let go. Not of the memory, but of the mental chains. Let Stoicism be your compass. Train your mind like a warrior. Detach from what you cannot control, and reclaim the energy you've been wasting on people who have long exited your life story. Before you go, ask yourself one final question. What would I do with all this energy if I stopped giving it to someone who isn't here anymore? The answer might just change your life. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button for more Stoic wisdom and dating psychology decoded for the modern mind. Drop a comment. Who's been on your mind lately? And are you finally ready to let go? Stay grounded, stay stoic, stay you.